Erica Loren. I'm a nurse practitioner, anti-aging expert, and entrepreneur. Welcome to the Glam Dose, your weekly fix of fierce, feminine, and functional wellness. I'm Erica Loren, anti-aging expert, nurse practitioner, and your host today. And we have the most glamorous lady in Las Vegas who is multi-talented and a singer, Nieve Malandra.
Hi.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yay, it's so exciting. So I met you years ago, and I remember just seeing you for the first time thinking, wow, like, she is like a vixen. I was like, how can I look like that? Because you're just beautiful and well put together, and you always have the most perfect outfit on.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. But I think some of that lends into like the industry that you're in, because you are a professional singer.
Yes.
And how did you get started into that?
So, thank you so much for the amazing compliment.
Of course. It's true.
I don't really think of myself as this ultra glamorous vixen because I'm like mom by day, and you know I barely get my kids to school, and I'm sometimes even wearing a robe, dropping them off.
And I'm sure beautiful in it.
Thank you, but you know I don't glam it up all day, and then but when I perform, I do. And how did I get into singing? I'd just been singing my whole life. I think my brother says I was just born singing, and it's just always been a natural talent that I sort of did, I would say is almost in a like compulsive way. So I didn't even realize I was singing. I just was always singing. So when you do something a lot, you get good at it, right? So
It's just part of you.
yeah, it was just part of me, almost like a tick or something.
A beautiful tick.
Yeah. So, well, no, it wasn't really welcome. I did not come from a musical family.
Oh, no?
No. My father was an attorney, and my mother was a housewife and political activist.
Wow.
And in San Francisco. And nobody in my family was really musical. On the East Coast, we have family members that are very musical, but I wasn't around them, so I didn't know anything about that. So I had no idea why I'm singing all the time and annoying everybody, but it was just in me.
Well, did they support your talents? No?
No.
Then how did you like further along?
It was difficult. There were a lot of things that I had to fight through, just my own issues with it, and even learning that there can be a career in it, and finding my way doing that was difficult. And there are many times when I tried to leave, to stop, just, okay, that's a dream and that's just something I'm good at, but I can't do it for a living. But then I would be miserable. So, I mean, there are many things that I could do, and there are many things that I want to do and that I like doing. I could see myself doing. I have to stop myself. Like, okay, I want to be a Zumba instructor now. It's so fun.
ADD brain.
But anytime I'm not singing, it's just not good for my health. So, it's just something that I have to continue doing regardless of whatever else is going on in my life. And I really do enjoy it. And I love bringing that joy to other people. That's kind of what it is.
And now you have your daughter too, who's also like followed in your footsteps. So.
Gigi, yeah, she's 16 now. And Mia, is she 16 as well?
14.
Oh, she's 14. Oh, she's a little younger. Yeah, she is studying vocal. That's her major at the art school. But that's not really what she wants to do. She wants to be a therapist.
Oh, that's like so different.
Yeah. But she might combine the two and do like sound therapy, or, she's interested in all that. And she's a bookworm. I think she saw how hard I've worked, and she probably was like, oh, that doesn't look like fun.
But she's a natural talent too.
She is a natural talent, yeah. And she plays piano, and she writes music, and it's something that she enjoys. She's all about music, and now she's surrounded by people who are also very talented and really into it. So she's having a blast. at school.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Like, not all of us are born with that sort of talent, so I'm always like amazed by people who can sing or play instruments or things like that. So
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it is kind of something that's natural to us, but I think it gets kind of not nurtured, or in society it's like, well, don't draw attention to yourself. Don't why are you singing? That's how it was for me in kindergarten. I mean, I was told many times, sit down, stop singing. I guess there's something in me, kind of like a compulsive disorder, that just didn't listen.
Well, good thing you didn't.
Thank you.
Because now we see you all over town singing, and I know one of the first times I saw you, you were with Zoe Bowie. Is that like your first parlay here in Vegas, or?
Well, I when I was living in LA, I came to Vegas to perform. Occasionally, I used to perform with a band called Jack Mack and the Heart Attack, and an all-girl band with my best friend. We were called Three Divas, so it was an all-girl band. So we'd come here sometimes. And then when I came out here, I was doing promotional modeling and just different modeling gigs. And then I was singing in restaurants. And pretty quickly, I joined Zoe Bowie. So that was, kind of the first thing, but not exactly the first thing.
It was a lot of fun. You guys always did covers, and all the girls would go out dancing, so we really enjoyed that.
Yeah, those were the days, right? Red Rock.
Yes.
I still run into people all the time, like, oh my God, I can't believe those times,
Memories.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of like around town singing, but you have a lot of other things going on. And I know for a while you also had a store, a boutique of clothing.
8 years.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I loved what you had there. Like if I had a big event, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to Nieve's place.
I know. Do you still have some of those dresses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember some of the beautiful dresses. I want to see them again.
Right? I need to recycle.
I miss some of the clothes that I had because I'd sell them all, and I'm like, oh, it'd be really great to have that one dress. It was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot. So,
what inspired you to start that?
Well, I've always loved fashion and style, and I always loved sort of like helping women, kind of like sort of the Grease, the movie, Sandra Dee, the makeover. I love that. I just would look at people all the time and just say, oh, I want to do this to her. I want to do this
dress on her.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. It was something that brought me a lot of joy, was just helping women wear things that they didn't think they could wear, and then they loved it, and they would go out and take pictures and feel so good, and I just loved accessorizing them and all of that, and it was really fun. And I loved the community that we had when we had the store, the sip and shops,
all the women
and all the women and the friendships. It was just really, really cool. But it was also a lot of work and
hard to balance,
time,
like family,
very time consuming.
Yeah, I think you come to that point in life where you're doing something and you're like, yeah, this is great, it was fun, but maybe this is not where I'm meant to be forever. This is not my long-term plan. Did you have a pivotal moment where you thought I think it's time to move on and do my next venture? But
I mean, I wouldn't say it was pivotal. It was sort of like a realization of reality. Okay. Okay, I really should. And things have changed. I mean, even, 2016 when I opened it? 2016. Back then, I think people were still going to stores more.
True, yeah.
And, the online platform for retail is just so competitive. You have to have mega budget to compete with these people who have so much more, more marketing dollars. So
that is true.
So it was a lot of work. Believe it or not, the online was more work than the store.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're done with this.
Yeah. But if anyone is thinking about opening a boutique or needs inventory, I still have the inventory. And I got to do something with that. And then I can also just help, give advice or, just my experience with it. Yeah.
And that's always good to have, those people who are starting.
So I know all areas of that now. Online, the store, what it entails. And so,
Front to back.
yeah, front to back for sure.
And what about as far as you've done all these things, you're so busy. How do you balance like your health and your fitness and your wellness with your career and being a mom? Like what sort of things do you have in place?
Well, that's a good question. You mentioned ADD. I think I have ADD. So
I think we all do.
my brother calls me the AD diva. I just, I get out of bed. Well, I don't jump out of bed. I mean, I slowly wake up I get up pretty early, 5:30 in the morning.
My gosh.
Yeah. And I'm sure you get up pretty early too.
A little later than you.
Yeah. And that is difficult. It's a little challenging with, working at night, because my schedule's moving, my sleep schedule gets moved around a lot. But how do I balance it? I mean, I guess having a lot of energy naturally. I have a lot of energy. When I'm asleep, I'm asleep. When I'm awake, I'm awake. And so I could just go and go and go.
Where do you find time to work out, and what sort of workouts do you do? And what about healthy food preparation? Where do you fit that in? 'Cause I do see your Instagram where you're like making these amazing healthy meals, like pulling stuff out of the oven. So tell us about that.
And I don't even post because I cook every day, but I don't even post that much. Where do I find time for that? Just make it happen. Sometimes I just make food earlier in the day. I'll make a lot of food. Sometimes I'll meal prep. So like on Sundays, I'll make the salads, the hard-boiled eggs. My fiance taught me that. Mm-hmm. And at first I used to be like, meal prep, that's for like the chicken and rice people,
Yeah, working out.
But I started seeing the value in it. And then my oldest daughter, she started taking the salads and the eggs to school. And I much prefer her eating that than what's at school.
Yeah, vending machine stuff, yeah.
So that helps, like if you make a large batch, like I'll make a big soup and they'll have that at least. So if I don't have time to make something, there's usually some leftovers. And I just kind of like get inspired when I go to the store in the morning because I get green juice. And I have this disgusting 24-ounce green juice that's make your own every morning. And it's horrible. Like anytime I tell people to get it, they can't even drink it.
I don't think we want that recipe then.
It's pretty much just made up of this right here. If you just want to chop this up right now, that's what.
No, we're good.
It doesn't taste good, but it's a medicine. And so that's what I start with every day. And then I wait like 45 minutes before I eat anything.
What about like workouts? Like what do you do for your workout?
Oh gosh, you're very kind. You're very sweet. When I have time, I like to run. I'm a runner. Just like Charlene was, saying, the cardio is more for her mind. True. And I was nodding my head like, yes, it's so true. Like cardio for me, it just sets me straight.
It's like a thinking time. Some people do in the shower, but I feel like running with your headphones in, like you block out the world. And,
yeah, and I really don't do that on the treadmill. It's not the same. Like I like the fresh air. There's the birds. In Desert Shores where we were living, it's there's the ducks and there's the nature. The nature that we can get out here, and that's what I really enjoy. And also the terrain changes. So if I did have more time, I would run probably every day. So running is really good. And then sometimes I do a little weight training.
It's a good combination there.
Yeah. And then I also really enjoy like Pilates, bar. I like the bar, which is like ballet. It's like kind of graceful. And it sort of teaches you to, like, you have good posture.
I try.
You're really good at it. I'm not always that good at it, but, I like exercises that are graceful and ladylike.
Oh, that's very beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
And what about your next adventures in life? I know you just started a new business, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So I started Malandra Talent Agency, and I've always kind of booked bands and models, but not consistently, not all the time. I didn't really work at it. Just like if something would come to me, then I would put it together, and I like doing that, So I've just decided that I'm going to get more involved in that. So I built my website, and I'm primarily focusing on bands and music, and but I also have specialty acts, comedians, magicians, models.
Fire breathers.
Yes,
Yeah?
actually, I have
That's really cool.
a hula, like a Hawaiian authentic Polynesian group that I've booked a few times, and they're going to be performing for the United States Marine Corps.
Oh, that's really neat.
And they wanted fire, so they're going to bring fire, and they're going to do all that, and so that's pretty exciting. I won't be there to see it; it's in California, but I just like putting it all together. And I'm also going to be focusing more on weddings and events. And
Perfect for Vegas.
the wedding thing seems really exciting here. I mean, this is a wedding destination, right?
That is.
So, like I have one coming up where I put together Lorena Peril, and she's going to be doing some Latin stuff, but also like roasting the family and the groom alongside. Well, do you know John DiDomenico?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Johnny D, yeah. So he's going to roast. So they're going to kind of roast together. And then I put together like a whole bunch of different entertainers for the wedding. So they're going to have a really cool wedding. So that's really fun for me to do.
So it seems like the common theme I see with entrepreneurs is like one sort of business and this passion kind of leads to another.
Yes.
There's an evolving of things. Do you feel like that? Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been, if you
time.
think about it, like I've been on all sides of it.
That's
So,
true.
you know, if you talk to someone and you're like, hey, I'm thinking about this, but I don't know what to get, they may not really know. They haven't been to thousands of events. They haven't performed it. They haven't dealt with all of the details of it, where I feel like I have that experience
Yeah, you definitely have.
on both sides, you know.
That's awesome. You're like so well rounded.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. A mama, good mama, and
Thank
and you
you.
cook. Like what guy or woman wouldn't love that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we love food.
Right. Well, if anyone wants to see your food post or you singing or anything like that, where should they follow you on social
They
media?
should definitely follow Nieve Malandra, NIEVE on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. What else?
Written in the Antarctic snow. Yeah.
Nieve does mean snow, so it's possible.
Exactly,
But,
right?
or Malandra Talent.
Okay, sounds
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
Well, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.